Galaxy S8 is just one of the most perplexing phones that's ever been made, in my opinion. It was one of the best phones, I think, of 2017, and it's probably been one of the best phones made probably since, I would say, since its release from Samsung. It was super impactful. Now, I don't think anybody should be buying this phone anymore, to be honest, but when you look at a phone like a Samsung Galaxy S8, this is a crazy phone, and the fact that it's, basically 6 years old this year, and for how well this phone has held up, it's just insane to me. And every time I get a chance to look at a device like this, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier how good of a job Samsung did with this phone. Now, I will say on the outside, one of my favorite things about this phone still has to be the display. I think the display of this phone looked beautiful when it first came out, and it still looks very, very good. It may not be the sharpest panel, it may not be the best looking panel anymore, and it's 60 Hz, not a 120 Hz, but I still think it's a very good display. And for the fact that this thing came out, 6 years ago, it kind of shows how well these Samsung panels hold up versus, I would say the iPhone X's panel holds up well, the iPhone 8's panel not so much, but definitely when I look at this display with its curved glass, still a little bit of bezel on the top and bottom, but that curved glass gives this phone a completely unique look, especially compared to the flat displays we have on most Samsung phones now. So that was always the craziest thing. And also one of the most insane things still to this day is the fact that this phone had a USB-C port, a headphone jack, and a microSD card slot. Those types of things are just so insane, and the fact that this type of phone has that type of capability right there is just amazing. And when I look at this phone from that standpoint alone, it's just awesome how this type of device can basically do that. It can have those types of capabilities without having to really sacrifice anything. On top of that, I will say the camera on this thing, it wasn't the best camera when it first came out, and it was a single camera. I feel like at this time, Samsung could have probably put in another camera, especially when they made the Galaxy S9, but that's not to say that the Galaxy S8 is a bad phone or it's not capable or anything like that. I think this is a very, very capable phone from the camera side. Now, the saddest thing, as always, is probably the fact that this thing is not getting any more software updates. Now, that is the biggest problem I've seen. And when you're getting a phone like Galaxy S8, you're going to be getting a phone I think that's still kind of relevant in some ways. But the way this phone has held up the best, I would say, is probably with the body. Although this thing did end off with One UI 1, which I'm really happy with, I will say this thing probably could have gotten One UI 2, One UI 3, One UI 4, even One UI 5. I feel like this phone could have easily gotten it. And the fact that it didn't is kind of the weirdest aspect of this device. So ultimately, I will tell you, the Galaxy S8, for holding up so well 6 years later is so insane. And every time I think back to myself, wow, it really is 2023. I just keep thinking to myself, Samsung just did a good job with this phone, back in 2017. And it's been so many years since then, and this phone is still killing it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.